Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Anne and today we are going to talk about what's in this box. This is the Leatherman Raptor Rescue. It's a folding scissors. I do use this in my part-time job on an ambulance, and just to say, I'm not here to set myself up as God's gift to the emergency medical services, but I do have a decent amount of experience with this product as compared to other, similar products that are more traditionally used, and I've got a lot of good stuff to say about this. So if you're considering buying one of these, the Leatherman Raptor Rescue or the other alternative Leatherman Raptor Response, I might be able to help you decide which would be a better choice for you. So this is a folding shears is the main idea. It's a medical shears with a blunt tip so you won't accidentally cut your patient's leg when you have to cut their jeans off. I find it pretty comfortable to use. There's a place for your index finger to go right here, other fingers go in here, and obviously the thumb goes up here. Having three fingers in here is a problem actually for some people, and my hands are small enough that that fits pretty comfortably, but I highly recommend the videos from Texas Tool Crib talking about this product. He's got about 3 videos. One is comparing to another multi-tool that's similar, one is just about this product itself, and one is comparing to the Leatherman Raptor Response. And that has a different setup for the hands back here. I kind of wanted to comment it on a little bit because I was surprised to see that because I've never had any comfort problems with this. But I think the reason that these holes are so big here to where like a grown man needs to fit 3 fingers into the back of the scissors to use it is because of these. I think a lot of times let me get the right hand. A lot of times if I'm working on a patient that is in need of a glass breaker, which is on here, or in need of getting their clothes cut off, there may also be broken glass or other things involved. And I might still be wearing my extrication gloves here. So with this, it's actually very easy to use this scissors. I can get 2 fingers in here. You feel like you have good control and also good strength. Not really sure. I was thinking about this preparing for this video. I don't know what I do with my pinky finger. I never thought about it before today, but wherever it goes, it's not in the way, and I haven't had any problem using this scissors, using this shears with these extrication gloves on. So I think that's the reason that this is designed this way. I think this is very purpose-built for emergency medical services. But I also think that the Raptor Response may be more suitable for people who are not planning to work in the EMS field, but maybe work in the medical field or just want a super high quality pair of folding shears, because these things are fantastic. So let's move on to that. These are very strong, very easy to use. I have not had any problems with the blades separating, any twisting, any problems with the joint in here that moves. I haven't had any difficulties using this whatsoever. And I also know a lot of people who own these, and I don't know anyone who's had problems with it. So I think this is really, as far as shears go, an extremely high quality pair of shears. If you are in a field where you carry medical shears anyway, perhaps as a nurse, respiratory therapist, or anybody else who's working in the hospital, maybe carrying some medical shears, this Space-Wise, or the Raptor Response, would really be an alternative for you. Now, it is an expensive alternative. This is about $90. The Raptor Response is about $80 right now on the Leatherman website. So this is definitely a high quality product, but you are paying for that quality. And I just want to caution you, if you're somebody who tends to lose stuff, you would want to come up with a plan to not lose this, because if it's just replacing shears, but then has extra features, if you're not using those extra features often enough, you may not find that $90 risk walking around in your pocket to be worth it. Now, that being said, in the hospital, there are probably few enough people with this that no one's going to walk off with it thinking it's their own. It's not like it's a stethoscope. All right, let's kind of move along here. So the shears are fantastic and they seem very safe and effective. Along here, there is a 5-centimeter ruler. I've never used this. I'm sure it works fine. Moving back, we get to the folding section. In order to fold this, which is part of what's so cool about this, it's almost like it's a fidget tool. You need to push this triangle here and also this triangle here. You don't have to push them at the same time, but you can, and then fold the handles up together, and now you've got this little thing. And when you open it, it feels good, it sounds good, and you all of a sudden are holding a scissors, whereas before you were holding something that looks like modern art. So, it's fun to use, feels good, and the folding system works just fine. Moving our way back, we get to a tool that is usable in a few different places. I think let's start here with the oxygen wrench. The only time I've used the oxygen wrench, I actually used it without unfolding it. Now, this whole section does unfold here, and you can use this strap cutter while the scissors is still open, or you can use the strap cutter while the scissors is closed. Same thing with the oxygen wrench. But in addition, I'm not sure if they meant it this way, but you can apparently at least sometimes use the oxygen wrench when the whole thing is completely closed. Let me show you what it looks like to use the strap cutter when the handles of the scissors are also closed. This is fantastic. This is really easy to use. It's very ergonomic. No problems at all. I have used this and it did not dull immediately. I used a different strap cutter prior to this, and literally after the first time I used it, it was too dull to cut through fabric easily again. So that's very frustrating, and that did not happen with this tool. So obviously that's definitely a point in favor here. Incidentally, I do not believe that a strap cutter is part of the Leatherman Raptor Response. There is an oxygen wrench here, which you can see better if I turn it this way. There is an oxygen wrench, but it's actually located in the base of the handle near the lanyard. All right, so that does have an oxygen wrench though, which really, as far as oxygen wrenches go, most of the time you don't need one. If you have an oxygen tank, it probably has an oxygen wrench with it. But on the off chance that that oxygen wrench has become unattached from the oxygen bottle and you need that oxygen, there is nothing like the feeling of pulling out an oxygen wrench from your pocket and opening it up and everything just goes smoothly. I've only had to actually use this on an oxygen bottle once, and it just felt fantastic to be able to kind of save the day by having the tool with you. I mean, isn't that kind of why we like multi-tools? Because you can jump in and save the day. Well, saving the day with oxygen feels pretty great. Okay, so moving our way back here, we kind of talked about the folding system, and now we're back here at the glass breaker. I have not personally used the glass breaker. I have been there when somebody has used the glass breaker on a passenger window in a training, and no problems. It busted right through there first try. Nothing exciting there at all. I would expect Leatherman to have a good glass breaker. I would not trust every company to have a good glass breaker. The key is that it needs to be very hard and also very small tip. The lanyard back here is available for carrying this, but there's another option. Well, I just carry it in my pocket. I mean, there's a pocket clip right here, and I put it folded like this in my pocket on my right side, and this is how I carry this tool when I am at work. However, you also get for free this lovely holster. Now, to me, I mean, it's just kind of big and kind of bulky, but I do work with a paramedic that carries his Leatherman Raptor Rescue like that. There are two options. You can store it folded, in which case the pocket clip sits right in here, and that is really the retention here. So you can just pull it straight out. The other way you can carry this is actually open, which honestly makes a lot of sense because in many, kind of in your mind, this is a replacement for a scissors or a shears, and so this is really how you're going to be using it the majority of the time. So you may want to carry it like this. There's a hole in the bottom of here, and you can slide this right in like this. Now, of course, the pocket clip is not what's providing any retention here. I did not realize until recently that there actually was retention on this holster. I thought it was just hard to use, and I would just kind of grab it whenever I use it and like pull it out, which is probably part of the reason that I didn't really like the holster very much. But there is this piece of plastic back here, and if you push it this way, it actually releases the retention for the shears. So if you grab it like this, your index finger is positioned directly at this little grippy section with the lines on it, so it's very easy to depress and pull this right out. So that is the Leatherman Raptor Response. I do think this is really purposely developed for people in the EMS field, and that is who is going to find this most worthwhile. However, and I think that really, honestly, any EMS professional or person who works on an ambulance is going to appreciate one of these if you are looking to give a gift. So if they don't have one, they will probably really like having one. They do have some different colors, and there's actually some new colors out just in the last week or so, it looks like, on Leatherman. However, if you are looking to buy a gift for someone who is a nurse or a respiratory therapist or works in a hospital, while they definitely would appreciate getting this, they also might appreciate the Leatherman Raptor Rescue, or excuse me, Raptor Response, because of the smaller size a little bit. The handles are a little bit smaller. The oxygen wrench is included back here, so that's a little different. They probably don't need a strap cutter, and so that might just be a little bit of overkill, and they definitely shouldn't need a glass breaker. So again, that might be overkill. So that actually might be a better form factor for them. The Texas Tool Crib video also mentions it may be a little bit less prone to rust because of the finish on it, so that may be better as well. Finally, if you are somebody who is just looking for a super great portable foldable scissors, these definitely fit the bill. And $90 is kind of a lot for that, but it does have some other features with it. And if you're using a scissors a lot, I mean, I certainly have never used a scissors as fantastic as this one. So definitely it's a good quality product that could be usable in many situations. And again, check out those Texas Tool Crib videos to see some of the many things that he's used it to cut, including wire and leather and all sorts of stuff that I certainly haven't done with mine. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that this is useful to you. If you have used the Leatherman Raptor Response and the Leatherman Raptor Rescue, I'd really love to hear your thoughts about the differences between those two and the different people that they might be useful for. Send me a message in the comments and I will get back to you. Thank you very much.